All right, and a hearty shout out to all of you in the Rabyd Nation, whether you are a paid citizen, a subscribing tourist, or just looking across the border wondering whether to immigrate into such a wonderful country as the Rabyd Nation. Welcome, one and all. Appreciate all of you being here today. Welcome to the Rabyd Atheist Show, and welcome to a Wednesday night Bible study edition of the Rabyd Atheist Show. Here with all of you in the Fluffle. Appreciate all of you being here today. I'm your host, Ed Rabyd, a former pastor, turned atheist, now compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be delving into the wonderful world of Jesus' teachings with another edition of Red Letters, Red Flags, a critical journey through the teaching of Jesus. So we're going to be heading into that direction once again here on a Wednesday. Just a couple of announcements. If you take the time to check out the Discord link in the description, you're more than welcome to head over to the Fluffle of Fangs Discord and join the wonderful, ever-growing community of the members of the Fluffle. Appreciate all of you being there. Let's see. There is a goal in chat that helps me continue to support the channel and my work. Any donations always are appreciated, but this little goal will get a hat on my head for the rest of the stream. There are 4 choices today. The Holy Bunny hat is even in play today. The fedora, the slash top hat, and the newsboy, which will always be on the list, is the newsboy hat. I actually enjoy wearing that one. So, but before we begin, let's see if we can get here a roll call. John was here early from Holland. Martin is here. Dragon Rider is here. Nathan is here. Welcome, one and all. Travis is here on time. I know. You're not the only one with that problem, Travis. Okay, you're not the only one. Decibel is here. Paul is here. Wow, Tilting, good to see you, Tilting. Tilting Window is here. Alex is here. I think that's it so far. I'm sure people will shuffle in as we get going here. But then here, let me pull this up. And tonight I want to talk about how one of Jesus's teachings really kind of gets you to accept abuse. This is Red Letters, Red Flags, a critical journey through the teaching of Jesus. We've been in the Sermon on the Mount for a bit. I did skip over one part, the part about O's. The problem I have with that is I can't really red flag that one. I would actually have to kind of, keeping your word. That's kind of one of those virtue ethics things where I can get behind that. So in the midst of all these red flags, there is one green one. So yeah, it is nice when they do send those notifications on time. I don't see till the bad. I have ones that I follow, and I have to check my notification settings on a regular basis because YouTube changes them, and it sucks. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's like I can't really. The thing about the O's thing, Martin, is I can't really beef about it. Because he talks about the Old Testament and keep your O's, and it's like I can't beef about somebody keeping their word to me or keeping their word, or when they're on the stand in a legal proceeding telling the truth. I can't. Yeah. So yeah, they do that, don't they? But yeah, it's like I can't beef about that. So I'm going to skip that part because I don't think it's. I mean, I'll remember it in context, but we're going to jump ahead just a tad to Matthew 5:38 through 42. This is one of those famous passages for the whole turn the other cheek thing, but let's read it. Matthew here writing, Jesus speaking, because why it's in red letters. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I skipped that one. I didn't really feel that there were any red flags in that one. Maybe somebody can think of one, but this one has a lot of red flags. Okay, so it says, "You have heard it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, do not resist the one who is evil. But if anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if anyone would sue you and take your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. Give to the one who begs from you, and do not refuse from the one who borrows from you." So let's talk about what Jesus is getting across here. If I was still teaching this as a Christian pastor, I would point out that Jesus is talking about an Old Testament passage in Exodus, in particular Exodus 21:24 is what he quotes, but it's part of a larger passage that goes from verse 23 to 27. And the passage is mostly a standard of justice for victims. Like if you accidentally hit somebody in the eye and they lose your eye, you're supposed to lose your eye, kind of thing. We can sit there all day and talk about whether that's actually there's it. We could talk about whether that's a standard of justice, but the idea is that people were using this standard of justice to justify individual vendetta. Like if somebody wronged them, then they had the right to go back and like do vigilante justice and wrong them. And Jesus is like taking that apart and reversing that and trying to get them away from that. It's good intentions, but it's going to go horribly off the rails. People were using this to like do personal vengeance. Like they were going after people. You also had them taking the standards of justice way too many. Did Miles exist in Jesus's day? I'm sure it's a translation thing. The whole thing about the Miles thing, like the idea is like a Roman soldier could compel somebody to carry stuff for them for a mile, like that was the law. Okay, so like different Roman officials could compel anybody that you could immediately be drafted into the service of the Roman state. And what would usually happen is when everybody had this happen to them, they'd curse the soldier the whole time. Like, bastard. And so there would be it. So, but yeah, like there was this idea of certain things, like the Roman road system was pretty good. So they had rules about it. So, but that's was the idea. Early Mesopotamia, which is way before. Yeah, like that. This is one of those classic cases, Dragon Rider, where the Bible borrows something from the Code of Hammurabi, like the idea of a standard of justice. They were borrowing. Like, I just finished another video somebody else did about the real origins of the Adam and Eve story. Like you see a lot of this borrowing in the Bible, and this one is no exception. So it's no exception. So yeah, like this is nothing new, the standard of justice. But Jesus's points go back to personal conduct. Like he corrects the problem, but then he immediately starts another one. Don't resist an evil person. Turn the other cheek. That's probably the more famous part of this passage. You need to turn the other cheek or whatever. He also says, let people sue you and take your stuff. And not only that, give them extra. Like, so when people sue you, this becomes the basis of Christians, like not suing each other. Paul picks up on this in 1 Corinthians, I believe, where he talks about why are you suing your brothers in court? Why are you doing this? Just suffer wrong, be defrauded, et cetera, et cetera. So there's that. If people compel you to do something, do double. Like, don't just do what they ask you to do more than that. And then he ends the passage with like, always give to everyone who asks and don't refuse. Don't refuse anybody asking you for something. All right. Sounds noble. There's a lot of stoicism in there, but I would call it extreme stoicism. It's like more of a, yeah, that's one of the biggest problems, is lacking context, conditions, and environment. And Jesus kind of pulls it for something else. Like he pulls it out of context, its original context too. Like in Exodus, it's really just a standard of, this is how you do justice. If somebody loses a hand, the other person should by rights lose their hand according to the standard of justice. Now you had ways of paying that off, like paying money instead, but it's nothing new. Like that standard of justice is nothing new. Hammurabi has something like that, as I recall, and a few other things. So it's leading to a different thing. So you have all this like stoic, just take it stuff, but there's stupid stoicism and there's smart stoicism. And I practice the smart kind, which is I tolerate something to a certain point, but I would never let somebody punch me in the nose, so to speak, without saying, hey, don't do that again, or I'm going to grab your arm and put it back in your own face. Like I'm not going to get sued and not defend myself. I'm not going to, because I can do something about that. Okay. This is more of a stoicism of you can't do anything about it. In fact, we're going to make you do even less about it and do even more the other direction. I would call stupid stoicism. So yeah, so there's like that. Roman miles on it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're referring to, tilting, when it comes to miles. Like, I think this is the Roman mile, which is 1,000 paces. So what Jesus is telling his followers is, if a Roman soldier was to compel you to go 1,000 paces, go 2,000. So he's asking, like, the going the extra miles is like a euphemism in English. Like, you're going the extra mile, you're doing above and beyond what you've been asked to do, but that's kind of pulling it out of context too. Like, this is coerced work for somebody. Like, it says compel. It doesn't say ask you nicely. It says if somebody forces you basically to do this, then you do more. And so there's this kind of, with Jesus, I see this kind of stoic attitude. You see it with Paul too, that I think they go way too far with it, where you're just opening yourself up to be abused as a human being. And I don't think that teaches anybody anything. It's not welcome to the fluffle. Our Lord Fangs follows all rabbit trails. So Cranky, if he was here, he may show up later, but if Cranky was here, he would tell you that the goal of chat is to get me sidetracked. Like, it's okay. Sometimes I have fun that, yes, Fangs. Our Lord Fangs, yes. Fangs is a rabbit, so he goes down rabbit trails. So we're good with it around here. All right, so let's, what do I think of some of the red flags of this teaching? I can applaud Jesus for correcting the misapplication of the original passage, but then he immediately does a misapplication himself. His solution leads to acceptance of abusive behavior. And I'm going to make my point. Like, he's literally telling you, let yourself be beat up, like acceptance of physical abuse. I spent a lot of time in my ministry dealing with people who were either physically or emotionally abused by their spouses at the time I was their pastor. Okay. Like, and trying to encourage them to try to find a way and to get out of that situation. I have literally had victims of physical abuse quote to me this passage. But Jesus says, if he hits me, I should just let him hit me again. I know that sounds awful, but it was far more common than I was comfortable with. Okay, even as a Christian pastor. Now, some would argue, well, that's not what Jesus is saying. Well, how do you know that's not what he's saying? Because he doesn't really seem to go into details. He kind of just drops it there. If somebody strikes you on the cheek, let him strike you on the other. Like, okay, that seems pretty literal to me. Like, there's no euphemism there. There's no, like we do today. It's like when you have some lady sitting in your office as a pastor, and they're sitting there quoting you this verse because their husband just beat them up 2 days ago. Okay. And they were quoting this verse to her. Like, I have a real personal problem with this. Okay. Like, I don't have, this one just opens the door for that kind of physical abuse where you just kind of justify it. Nobody really has the right to punch you in the nose for no reason, just because they're mad at you. Okay. Like, that just, yeah, it's more than rhetoric. Everybody thinks it's rhetoric, but I've actually seen people take this very literally. So it's like, it's just so influential that nobody follows his teachings. Yes. None of us would. Yeah, right, Martin. You're going to take me now. Hey, Phil. Good to see you, Philbert. Yeah, it was and I had other women and men from an emotional standpoint, like they would talk about turning the other cheek, like, you know, my spouse said something that was very negative and belittling and manipulative maybe, but I just need to turn the other cheek and take it. The problem I have with the idea of turn the other cheek and all that other stuff that Jesus says here is it is you couple this with Jesus's later teaching on the Sermon on the Mount on forgiveness. Like if you don't forgive them, then your heavenly Father won't forgive you. This is the cycle of abuse, like acceptance of abuse and then forgiving the abuser. Like this is the cycle, and this is part of the problem. If Jesus was trying to do something right and ethical here, he should have really stopped here and said, yeah, that doesn't give you the right to abuse other people. But he doesn't do that. He just says, if somebody strikes you on the one side, turn them the other. Like, it's like, let yourself be abused. So, well, this has been going along long before Trump. Like, when people ask me why everybody seems to get away with this mean, vindictive behavior, it's not like the mean, vindictive behavior didn't exist before. It's just when you have a leader of a country doing it, and then it becomes acceptable to other people. Like, this is why you see all this. Like, I see people saying stuff that 20 years ago they wouldn't have said. Like, they just wouldn't. So it's like, yeah, it can be a cult, very much so. Well, yeah, because you also have the purity culture we talked about like last time. Like, it's the idea of acceptance of this is what it is, where you're at. But the purity culture thing, like, keeps you in the no divorce thing, even keeps you in this relationship. So imagine you're a Christian woman or man in an abusive situation. You're a person with your spouse, you're in this relationship. Here's the following rules that you have to abide by. One, unless there's marital unfaithfulness, you can't get out of the marriage. So you're stuck with it. No matter how abusive it gets, as long as your spouse is faithful to you sexually, you can't get out of it. Two, you got this teaching where if somebody abuses you, you have to take it and basically flip it around and say, yes, I got to take more. And then you have the forgiveness aspect of Jesus's teaching where he says, if you don't forgive them, then your heavenly Father won't forgive you. Well, imagine if you're not forgiven by God, where are you going? You're not going to heaven. So it's a threefold, like, triumvirate here of keeping you in an abusive situation. If you're a woman in an abusive situation with your Christian husband and you're a Christian, you have a problem. Because if he's not being unfaithful to you, and by the way, the divorce rules, as we said yesterday, are very misogynistic. Only the male can file for divorce. So now you're in an abusive situation. You can't file for divorce based on Jesus's teachings. You are, if he hits you, you're supposed to turn the other cheek and let him hit you again. And you're supposed to forgive him. Do you see, does anybody else see how this is really horrible? Because I do now. Like, once I left the faith, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I don't have to justify this shit. Books, most popular books that nobody reads. Yes, that's the other part, like the whole suing thing. Like, I've seen Christians sue somebody and they win, and then they like go for more and they justify it. Well, you should give it to me anyway. You're a Christian. Like that. I've heard about cases like that too. Like, from a judicial point of view, Travis, this is like you're letting people take more than what they deserve, or whether they deserve anything at all. Like, Jesus doesn't sit here and say, well, fight for justice or fight for what's right. He sits there and says, if somebody sues you and they take away your coat, give them your cloak too. Like, just give it to them. Like, do whatever you got to do to get out of the lawsuit, even if it means paying more money. Like, is kind of the advice here. And then people will use this. Yes, they will use this to justify that. Yeah, he did what he was supposed to. I got all the money. Thanks. They never apologize. Like me to blame me for not forgiving them while they never apologize. To keep the people under. Yes, it does reek of what, like, that's the other aspect of, like, a lot of commentators have said that have been negative, John, is like, this passage is like so supportive of Roman authority. Like, Jesus very much has, like, everybody likes to quote Jesus against like certain situations, but Jesus is very authoritarian. Like, he believes in the authority of God. He believes in the authority of himself. If you go and listen to some of his parables where, like, he has a landowner or a master with slaves and stewards and stuff, there is not a single parable he tells like that where he does not take the side of authority. He always takes the authoritative side. Like, he, like in the parable of the talents, for instance, he gives somebody 5, 2, and 1. The fact that he takes the one person because the one person didn't make him any money, it's like, then he casts him to outer darkness. He still says that that's just because the authority said so, basically. So my parents punished me as I was accepting person. Justice was my duty to God. Yes. Like, Ron is telling you something that a lot of people will tell you they had experience with their Christian parents. Like, you need to put up with this discipline because that's the way it is. And like, part of that is your duty to God. Like, you're being abused is part of your duty to God. And so, yeah, I know. I'm one of the backs up the claim that Christians should be overly nice to each other so they don't follow down that negative path. It puts me off when they are overly positive. Yes. Yikes. Taxi. Hey, Earl. The lap in which our Lord naps has arrived. The wonderful, beautiful, intelligent. I killed Earl. Agree with that. Leave it. Yeah, like, show mercy to the ones that deserve it. Like, I remember preaching this passage and having a hard time with it because I had heard how it was used sometimes by parishioners. Like, there were people that were demanding, that did something horrible, that were demanding forgiveness under the forgiveness passage, but they were also like, I didn't do anything. Like, you're supposed to, go above and beyond. Like, if I hit you, you're supposed to let me hit you again, kind of thing. And so, yeah, it's one of those things. We're all anxious about Earl's meal safety. Yeah. Showing a negative mercy towards certain. Yeah, I mean, this opens the door, like, to a lot of injustice. Like, you can just, by accepting injustice, you kind of allow injustice to keep going forward. Like, you can't, what Jesus is advocating here is basically not about justice. He's like saying you need to leave justice to God and just deal with it. Like, deal with the negative suffering effects of what you're going through and let God handle the justice part. Which it seems to be a central message of a lot of Christians, including Paul. Paul does that too. Like, he's like, vengeance is mine, all I will repay. It's like, that's the writer of Hebrews does that as well. So there's like this idea of, that's supposed to be from Jesus, that you accept the negative aspects of our world and you just accept them and leave the justice part and the fixing of it to God. And I'm not sure that really works all that well. So, and of course, the last part of this teaching deals with, oh, wow, isn't that nice and charitable? But I want you to think about the implications of Jesus's words, give to everyone who asks you. I want you to think about that. because if they actually followed this teaching, everybody would have nothing. Like, so I'm not sure that works either. I think that's more of a red flag now for me than it just like, I don't think that makes sense. And I don't want to just give my stuff to somebody that's going to like use it for evil purposes. Like there's no assessment when you're giving to somebody in Jesus's teaching of, hey, do they really deserve this? Like I remember in my almost all my churches, we had like a benevolence policy, okay, based on this passage. Like what we understand that Jesus wants us to be generous, but we don't want to be giving to an addict in a way that they will feed their addiction, quote unquote, or we won't want to give to somebody who's in poverty who has made a deliberate choice to be in poverty. Like there was always making excuses for that last part of that passage because they know if you actually follow it, every church would be broke. Like you can't run a business, a church business, following the last part of Jesus's teachings. So yeah, I mean, I have a natural hatred for authority. Everybody knows that. Insurance for an entire year because my complex is as dumb as a box of rocks. Okay, yeah. Well, according to Jesus, Earl, you're not supposed to do anything about it. Don't do anything about that. Switch to Whoopi. He would go to the rose bush and get the longest one he could. Yeah, I lived in that kind of environment with my grandparents too. Whenever I went to see them, reminds me of the witches versus patriarchy group, which is super force. Okay. Earl's grumpy again. Earl, has there been a day so far this week you haven't been grumpy? Like, is this your grumpy time of year? Is this the grumpy week? I need to know. Hey, thanks, Inya. Who got those? I gotta scroll down and find out who got those. Let's see. Travis got that. Evan, the other Evan, Russosaurus, Gus Lavore. Okay, there you go. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, Ron. Appreciate it very much. Hey, Triple E's here. Good to see you. Yeah. Ron's an awesome guy. You know, Ron, take a bow, buddy. Hey, Katie. Being forgetting and giving the opportunity to mistreat you again. If you prove I can't trust you, I believe it. Well spoken, Katie. Well spoken. Like, I remember I had to alter the teachings of Jesus whenever I preached this passage and I preached the forgiveness passage. Like, I had to put in there, especially when I got to later years of my ministry, like what some people don't realize with pastoring, like when you're considering deconverting as a pastor, you start to fudge with the words of Jesus and the Bible a lot because you realize that some things just don't work. This passage spoken by Jesus doesn't work. It leads to a lot of abuse and injustice. There's just no way of getting around that. If you care about other people, okay, it's great to be charitable, but if you're so charitable that you literally need charity, okay, yourself, then that's a problem. But yes, I agree with that. Like for me, I've never, like every once in a while I'll get told like you need to forgive that person because forgiveness is good for you. And I can buy that to a certain point, but I don't think what I do with other people that have wronged me is necessarily forgiveness. It's more of, I'm going to cut that branch off the tree and keep moving up. Like it's not that I've forgiven them. I'm just not letting them have power over me anymore. Like I'm just not going to allow what they did to really, bother me anymore. But it is good to see you again, Katie. Been a bit. Forgetting, and some things are just not up for forgiveness. Yes, like I've reached that point. Like There are certain people I haven't forgiven, and I've actually come to terms better with it because I haven't. Like until I see some remorse, see some apology, see something from them. Like the problem with the blanket forgiveness and putting up with this kind of abuse that Jesus is advocating for is you never really deal with the other person's problem. Like they never really get called to account. This is kind of a great way to have a lot of injustice in the world where you just let it go. Like letting stuff go, that's not exactly in the cards either. So, but yeah. Yeah, it's Jackie. I might have missed Jackie earlier. Okay, so Katie still has her managery. Well, people need to stop the dumb shit that makes me grumpy. That's really typical. Okay, there we go. All right, there you go. So yeah, like I get it, Earl. People, what are you gonna do? So, all right. A lot of people let people see, but let's think about this. This is not just a Trump thing. Like, think about how many times you see people let people's bad behavior go because it's their favorite person. Like, that's like one of those things. Like, it's it's not just like politicians. It's an amazing thing in the United States. Like Congress always has low approval numbers. But when you talk to the individual voter about their congresswoman or man or their senator, oh, mine's not the problem. It's everybody else's problem. That's the problem. Like people let the people that they like. I wish people who did vote for people would take responsibility for their vote too. Like, yeah, I voted for that guy, and it turned out not to be what I wanted. I wish more people did that. Like, call your own people to account. But a lot of people just get into this sycophant viewpoint. And part of that, I think, is connected. Like the Christian idea that's fostered here in this passage with Jesus is like, it doesn't matter what they do wrong. I'm going to forgive them and I'm going to accept it and just move along because it's better for me to support somebody and be in line and be under submission than it is to like speak against it. So like there's this passive attitude. It's not just that they deliberately let it go, they just passively let it go. Like there's a real Christian element to that kind of just let it go. And I'm a stoic, but I don't let everything go. Okay. Like, yeah, it's all the time at church too. Very good point, Nathan. Like you see this in churches all the time where people just let stuff go. You can literally have somebody embarrass somebody and call somebody out in the crowd. I mean, Mighty Philbert might testify to some of the times in the Assemblies of God where you really put people in the congregation on the spot, and it's really embarrassing and anxiety inducing for them, and all this other stuff. Questioning somebody's spirituality because they don't speak in tongues was one of the things I saw a couple times in my church. Like, and people let that kind of stuff go. Like they just like, no, wait a minute, what you did was embarrassing to them. That was wrong. Like they just don't do that. Like it justifies a lot of low level, mid level, and high level bad behavior, and people just let it go because that's what Jesus says. Just let it go. Well, so and we should do that, Earl. We should have Yahweh taking the role in Frozen of singing "Let It Go." Jesus, we'll have Jesus with that fantastic hair of his singing "Let It Go." Oh, all right, well, there you go. Oh, I'm not saying that sense, Nathan. It's not letting the negative feeling control you and move on with your life and whatever. Yeah, Decibel. It's like I don't know. I think the proper way to handle people doing you wrong is number one, don't let them do it again. Like, don't put yourself in a position where they can harm you again. But also dealing with the aftermath. Like, I'm not going to forgive somebody who I don't see that they've changed anything about if they're going to do it to somebody else again or to me again. Yeah, I got a problem forgiving them. Like, they haven't learned anything. So, I mean, for your own sake, yeah, you can figure out a way to deal with it, but I don't know if forgiveness is the proper thing to do. Get low, it wasn't me. The most important thing today. The important thing is the list of donors supporting the candidates, especially the big ones. Yes. I used to have a meme I used to post. I wish they had like NASCAR drivers, like who's sponsoring them all on their sleeves. Like they had to wear their suits with all the sponsorships on them. The church. Yeah. Like people in certain churches make examples of people like don't toe the line, and you got to take it. You got to take the discipline of the church. In fact, you should ask for more, according to this passage. And I don't let that go at all. I just paid my. I'd have to. Which animal gets 6? Okay, all right. That's a nice report, Katie. I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm glad you still have the. I'm still glad that you have the menagerie. We've missed you around here, though. See, Earl missed you. It's lovely to see you. We missed you. Pastor, it's like the woman who went to her pastor about her husband abused her and told her to forgive him and pray that God would help her be more submissive so he wouldn't have to beat her. Yes. Mighty Philbert, this is the thing you and I have both seen and both experienced. Like you have no idea sometimes. Like I was a pastor, so I knew all the dirt. Like, and the problem is you're kind of in a catch-22 as a minister or any time of a thing. Because if you go against this stuff, you lose people and that loses your paycheck. Okay. But if you accept it, you're accepting a lot of abusive situations. So it's like you are constantly in this personal benefit versus whatever cycle. And because this passage teaches you to be passive about issues, even as a pastor, I'm like, well, I can't do anything about it. The problem is I could have done something about it a lot of times. This is why I go to therapy. Like there's been times where I knew that I could have done something about it and I didn't, because it's like, well, the church says, let it go. This is what Jesus says. I knew that this was the standard advice a lot of pastors gave to women in abusive situations was you need to be more submissive so he won't beat you, and you need to forgive him. And it's like, what the hell? Like now I that's just not even on my table anymore. And the person is invalid and doesn't do it again. It's another matter if you allow it to occur over and over again. That's being a pushover. Yes. Isn't Jesus from Jesus? My Jesus from Zombie Camp. Grumpy, so typical. Thank you, sir. May have another. Yes. Yeah. Forgiveness done. Everybody deserves it, but not letting the animosity and grievance wreck and control your life after the fact. Yes. Yes. I remember the quote from Animal House. That's one of those movies I had to sneak out when I was a teenage kid to go watch at a friend's house. We didn't watch that on VHS either. It was Betamax, I believe. He had a Betamax thing. So that's why we can't be pushovers. People are willing to take everywhere human rights. Fighting back nonviolently is the way to go right now. Yeah, I think so. Like nonviolence always makes the other guys look like the bad guys. Like no matter what people do, like if people engage in violence, it's very hard to see it as a good thing. So I don't think that's true. But I see your point. Yeah. I mean, but you couldn't see. Remember, John, if you're in a fundamentalist church, and I was, okay, I'm bound by what the scripture says. And I said it earlier in the stream. Jesus says 3 teachings that put a woman who is in an abusive relationship into a really big bind. It's the biggest red flag there is in this entire thing. Okay. Number 1, because she can't divorce him, because Jesus basically endorses a patriarchal system of divorce where only the man can divorce the woman, because he doesn't say that that's wrong. He then also does this teaching where if he strikes you, you're supposed to let him hit you again. And then you're in another teaching where you're supposed to forgive him, because if you don't, God won't forgive you. It's a fear factor, not just from the man, it's also from, the husband and God are teaming up together to keep you in an abusive situation. So that's the problem. You and I can sit here and say, yeah, quit hitting your wife and quit being a dick and go get some counsel and get some help. And you, if you really want to divorce this creep, divorce him, like get out of the situation. That would be the most practical, sensible thing to do. But the Bible and religion don't allow you to do that. If you're in a fundamentalist church, this is your situation as a woman who's in an abusive situation. It is the worst, one of the worst places to be. It's bad enough to be somebody in any kind of abusive relationship, but it's another when your religion is absolutely keeping you there. Like you are stuck there. Okay. So, it's crap. It's the open. Yes, religion being the opium for the masses. Yes, no women, the horror. Yeah, I know. You're nonviolent until it comes to your door, then you got to make a choice: fight or take it. Yeah. I think none of those against the Bible. I think they'll ever affect them. It's some somewhat funny thing that those who are against or bypassing think it's never affect them or backfire. There's always a bigger fish. Yes. Yeah, I've made that point a lot of times in other discussions. Like it's like sooner or later, what you do. I don't believe in karma. What I do understand is if you start letting people walk over other people's rights and you do this kind of thing, the more you allow abuse, the more they will abuse you to the point that they will ultimately take your life. Like it's like literally in many ways. There's so many things worse than death. Like I don't know how you get past the situation. Like I saw so many, when I was a fundamentalist preacher, I saw so many women in this situation because they're trying to be super submissive to their husband, do everything he says, which is a real red flag to me now. If you're always doing what your partner is telling you to do, you have a problem. Okay. Like you have no sense of self. Okay. That kind of submission, no. But I just saw it so many times. Like there was just this fear in a lot of women's eyes in regards to their husband when I was in the fundamentalist church. So it's like they would talk about them glowingly, but you could see that they were forcing it. Yeah. So PTSD flashbacks. Okay. There are a lot of things that are worse than death. Yes. There's so many things worse than death. I mean, I think like if you behave badly, yeah, I expect society to treat you badly. So it's like this is one of those that hits close to home. I just watched like another video by Mindshift that he put out yesterday, where he's dealing with a pastor being abusive to a congregant. And that's another aspect here, because if I really wanted to, when I was in my fundy pastor days, I could have been an absolute ass to my wife and she would have had to take it. And she would have had to absolutely do what I said. And as the spiritual leader, there's a lot of other things that I could have done, but thankfully I did not do. But a lot of that, when you're using the scripture to justify your abusive behavior to others, I think that's it. That's going to come back and bite you. Like if you're not, I knew a lot of pastors that were very merciful in their ministries. They let a lot of things go, and it helped them later. It helped them later when they had their own problems. So I can't imagine. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of the whole submissiveness thing, and in a church contest is a really bad one. Yes, the one with OCD. Yes, it's a good video. I'm actually thinking I'm one of those weird atheist reactors. I react to other atheists, and it's actually on my list for Friday because the reason that one appealed to me so much when I listened to it is I'm like, I so see this. I used to see this all the time, and mine just did a great job. But I have a pastor's perspective on this. I can put my pastor shoes on and say, okay, this is where we're at. Like I could absolutely comment on that one. So that's kind of one of those things that resonates with me pretty hard because on an emotional level, that video got to me a little bit when I was listening to it last night at work. I'm like working and I'm like, had to stop for a second and take a deep breath because some of the things that I saw in that situation were very similar. Like the whole OCD mental illness thing not being accepted by a lot of fundamentalist churches. Oh yeah, I used to see that. All that psychology stuff, that's just nonsense. Okay. You just need Jesus and go to prayer. He'll fix you. He's the great psychologist. So can I keep that voice? I'm going to do that voice more often. Yeah, it isn't a good thing to plant. Have you ever been called the cops because of domestic violence, possibly in case it was brought to your attention? Yes. There was one situation that actually happened in the church. Like it was this guy went after his wife, like in the hallway by the bathrooms inside the church. And like it was pretty clear that this was a long running thing and she wanted out and she's like running to me for help. And I'm like, okay, 911. Okay. It's probably one of the few times I've called 911. I've always tried to diplomatically end situations, but yeah, I have done that once. The problem with some of the other ones, though, is these passages of scripture. I'm supposed to follow the scripture. And sometimes abusive situations were brought up, and the advice that Philbert often has heard people like the woman is told, you basically make the victim the problem. Like you turn it around because you got to forgive him. You need to be more submissive so he doesn't feel this need to hit you. Like there's an doctrinal indoctrination. Now, once I got out of the Assembly of God Church and Pentecostal, I dumped that shit. I'm like, if I ever hear somebody about abusing somebody, I'm calling the cops. And thankfully, that never happened. Like in my next church, they were far more liberal and laid back, and they hated abuse as much as anything else. So, and a lot of the women in that church, man, I could tell you why they weren't accepted in the Fundy church, because they were women that spoke for themselves and stood up for themselves. And yep, I could see why they wouldn't work. So he can do whatever he wants to. Yeah, like that, Jackie, exists in some churches. Like it's still like an ownership thing. And you kind of see that because every once in a while these Christian, political religious leaders speak and they say that very thing. Like, yeah, well, women are still property. Like they don't say it in those words, but that sure as hell is their indication. So good old AJ guy who used to have his deacons beat the hell out of people in front of his congregation who had been caught sinning or not tying. His name was Jim Jones. Yes, I remember that. Like, I think that's why he got kicked out of the assemblies, wasn't it? Yeah, because he had multiple problems and they kicked him out, but he kept going. Like he kept doing his thing. So, but yes, yeah, that was him. Like he would have his deacons beat people up in front of the congregation if they were sinning or not tithing. So, I'm not mocking. See, okay, Earl, I can't say I won't do that voice again because it illustrates so much some of the people's mentality and stuff. And people talk that way because I've heard them. Sound like my uncle. Oh, I sound like your uncle when I talk like that. Okay. Yeah, there's also paralysis, drugs, prepare to feel less pain. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Buddhist monks walking for peace? And you have Christians holding a sign that they're going to hell. Well, there's no hatred like Christian love, isn't there? Like, I don't know what their point is. Like, you want to talk about a group of Christians just trying to get attention? That's a bunch of attention prostitutes right there. Like, they'll do anything for attentions. It's not a question of assessing atheism as true. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get back to this question after I take my break, but I'm going to take a 2 minute break and I'll be right back and we'll pick this one up. But you were here yesterday, so why not for round two? But I'll see you in about 2 minutes. Right, and I am back. How do I know atheism? Well, first of all, it's a bad question. Okay, because I mean, I could ask you in return, how do you know your non belief in fangs is true? Like, why don't you believe in fangs? Okay. Do you have to prove that fangs is not a real deity? Do I have to do that? No, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm sorry. To me, this question has always bugged me because, like, it assumes atheism is a worldview, which it's not. Okay, like it's just an assessment of God belief. Okay, like you have atheism in a sense, in part with all the other gods that are proposed to exist that you don't agree with and you don't believe in. So you are, in a sense, a partial atheist. Everybody is. There are certain gods that nobody believes that people don't believe in. So I don't know that this is a valid question. Atheism is simply saying heard all the claims about God's existence, and none of them are satisfactory for me. So here I am. I just don't believe in God. Like it's not a question of assessing whether it's true. It's assessing whether anything else passes the truth test about God claims. So yes, yeah, it's a false proposition. Earl's kind of. I'm trying to explain why it's a false proposition, but yeah. There's nothing novel about Katie's southern accent. No, you don't believe in blessings much. See, my dad would abuse us and make us feel like the bad guy. I didn't speak to him for 5 years after my mother died. Yeah, and honestly, this was probably one of the hard ones, Travis. Like I have told, literally counseled people since I've left the faith that if there are families that you have that kind of history with, there is no shame in walking away from that relationship forever. Like there isn't one. Okay, like it's your family. I get it, but there are certain things that families should not do to each other. And like at that point, it's time to walk away. Like, and honestly, Travis, if you never talk to that person again, I wouldn't blame you. Okay, you're protecting yourself from a lot of things that you don't want to deal with anymore. You want to move on. But yeah, thanks, Philbert. Thanks for pointing it out. I was wondering, it sounded the same. There's nothing interesting or objectively true about the assertion that simply you've made your claim about God and I don't buy it. Okay, like if somebody comes up to me and says Zeus is real, I say, well, I don't buy that. Okay, like that's not me asserting anything. You're the one asserting something. Prove your assertion. Your assertion is there is a God. You asserted yesterday that you have a relationship with said God, and yet you've offered neither proof for neither. Like you've just asserted them. You've made a lot of claims over the last couple of days and no evidence. Here's your way to getting me to stop being an atheist. Give me evidence that is convincing to me of your God. And two, seeing you made the claim you have a relationship with God, you would have to prove that the existence of God to have a relationship with, and then you would have to give me evidence of your actual relationship with God. Okay, like so you would solve all your problems just by granting evidence, but instead you keep trying to reverse the burden of proof on me. Okay, that I have to prove my atheism. Like, how am I going to do that? Like, it's a false proposition. Like, I just don't believe in any gods. Like, it's just, I don't have any. Like, other than Fangs, who I've created in my own mind, and I acknowledge that, and who is an atheist God who draws strength from belief, I don't really believe in any of them. And I made that one up myself, just like all gods are made up. Like, from what I can tell, all gods have the same properties. They're all made up by human beings. So, yeah. Yeah, it's like it's a non-belief in any deity. So, Texas, which isn't Southern. Whether you intend to or not. Okay, well, all right. So you can't do my Midwestern accent in a mocking way either. Then, like I know I have a Midwestern accent, so. But see, the thing is, like I know, like Aaron Ra does his Southern conservative versus himself thing that I find hilarious. Do you find that hilarious? Yes, so you know the rules. So your truth claim that God exists, I'm not making a claim. I'm just saying I don't buy your claim. Okay, your evidence is insufficient for your claim. Okay, I'm on the opposite side of this thing. You're making the claim God exists. Where's the evidence for your claim? So, atheism isn't something that has a necessary proof. If you're an agnostic atheist who's saying, well, I don't think we can know, but right now I don't have any active belief in any God, that's just a statement of fact. Like, it's not, I don't get it. Like, you're still trying to reverse the burden of proof on us, and you still haven't proven your God claim. So, I feel like I'm being ignored in this conversation, so I'll let the chat handle it. Well, I get it. Yeah, honestly. How do you know that? Have you proven that he wasn't a real God? Like, you're asking me to prove that God isn't real, like, is what you're doing. How do you know Zeus wasn't a real person? There are people that believe in Zeus. Justify your Zeus atheism to them. Like, have you talked to a person who believes in Zeus? Because I know there are some. Have you told them, have you proven to them that Zeus doesn't exist, that he isn't a real person? See, this is your problem with your form of apologetics. I can literally use it for any God that's ever been proposed. This is why this whole line of apologetics is just bullshit. It's stupid, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not. Okay, like it's not valid. And if I was still a Christian, I would say that. Like, I understood as a Christian that I was making claims about reality that I had to prove. Okay. And I never said that I didn't. But you guys are like, I never went after atheists this way either. I'm like, well, I guess it's up to me to prove that my God exists and the other ones are false ones. That's your job, not mine. So, hey, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Yeah. Appalachian American, very different. Yeah, I remember his accent. I just don't know what a Southern accent is. Because it's not Texas, according to Earl. So do Texans have their own accent? Because I lived there for a while. Maybe I just missed it. I try to let them hang themselves with their own rope, but this is presuppositional apologetics at its finest decibel. Like, if I ask them to disprove all the other gods that they don't agree with, like I can use, like, I use fangs all the time, my own deity that I made up, to illustrate this all the time. Like, how do you not accept the reality of fangs being the grounding of all being? Prove your atheism of fangs. Like, this is exactly what they're asking us to do. Like, and you sit there and say, yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous, but they're just doing it with Jesus and Yahweh. Like, it's the same ridiculous argument that keeps going around in circles. Who was it that did this? Felicity, by nature, she did a video about this. Yeah, this presuppositional apologetic stuff is stupid, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not. It's like, it's that way. So, yeah. But yeah. So, and so is your God. It's all in your head. Yeah, I mean, Mount Olympus does exist. I mean, you can go to Mount Olympus where supposedly he lived. So there's some evidence of places that he lived. Like, that doesn't prove anything either. But yeah, you're proud of your Southern accent? Good. Regenerates, human liver regenerates. God claims to be all knowing is the key to proof. Sometimes the God of the Bible does not know something. That is correct. Oh, you gifted some more gifted memberships. Boy, I'm just getting the gifts today. Everybody's getting gifts. All right, let's see who got those. B-Dub, Itimic, Marshall, okay, Cosmic Cowboy, and Kirk Branson. Okay, cool. So that's like 10 gifted memberships today. Thank you very much to both Josh and John, Ron from Indian Lake. Ron from Indian Lake and Josh, thank you very much. Hey, no problem. Thank Josh. Josh, I have some good folks around here that like to give out gifted memberships. So you can use all those wonderful emojis now that Earl has created. Like, here, let me, I have Fangs is featured in almost all of them. I think he is in most of them. There's a couple that aren't. Even got a popcorn one. Yeah, there you go. If you remember, you can use those. So there you go. First of all, where did this objectively truth argument philosophically come from? Like, you've made a claim that certain things are objectively true, yet, but you haven't proven them. Like, you've made this claim, but I'm still waiting for evidence for the claim. I was not raised in Southern California. I've never actually been to California. It's one of the states of the union I haven't been to. See, where have I been? I've been to Montana. I got up to go to Glacier National Park. Beautiful place, by the way. The Rocky Mountains up in northern Montana are worth the drive. So, Oh, okay. Your vowels are a mess. Okay, there you go. But no, I wasn't raised in Southern California. Your God isn't part of that system. So far, we have only a God that's a mental state. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like you're saying that my atheism only exists in my mind. Well, so does your belief in God. Like I don't know how that's a flex. Like this is why I say this apologetic form is downright dumb at times. Like presuppositional apologetics, it's dumb. And it's just like I can use it for literally any deity. How dare you reject the fact that fangs is the ground of all being? You know for objective fact that fangs is the ground of all being and the creator of the universe. Like I can literally just change the names and keep the same flipping arguments and they work. Okay, like so it's been my thing. So yeah, Josh is awesome. Like I don't understand that. What other issues? If the Bible is false, there's no basis for believing in the Abrahamic God. Like I knew that as a Christian. Like if the Bible is false, like then all the stuff that you're making up about other things is gone. So logic, that's a nonsensical term. I don't know if anybody would refer to logic as objective. I think they would refer to logic as a tool that human beings have used to check their reasoning and have created to check their reasoning. But I don't think that there's an objective logic. Okay, so oh, so I'm a heretical Christian from Southern California. Southern California is a dirty word for fun things. Okay, okay. I guess I've been out of the loop long enough to not know that. No, I grew up in a very conservative fundamentalist denomination called the Assemblies of God. You should look it up. I grew up in one. I became a lay minister in one, and then I became a pastor and an ordained minister in the Assemblies of God, Michigan District, class of 2001. Like, so, I've been in this, educated, Trinity Bible College, class of 1993, Asbury Theological Seminary, class of 1996. Like, I've got the creds. Like, this isn't me just spitballing shit. Okay. Yeah, it's a branch of philosophy. The whole purpose of logic was to create a system by which you could check people's reasoning to see whether something could be considered true. It doesn't actually establish whether something is true, but is the reasoning correct? Like if we're reasoning a certain way, it's a tool that human beings are created. It just doesn't exist in the ether. Like, like this is the claim that you're making. Like somehow objective logic exists or objective morality exists. Prove that claim. Yes, I know. Yes, we all live in a subjective reality. So they hate California. No, but I if that was an insult, like I don't allow insults too much on my channel. But yeah, like I'm still waiting for answers. I tell you what, EO, when you answer my question of what your evidence is for the existence of God or the evidence for like I asked these yesterday and you failed to answer them. So like, and these are the questions that if you gave me convincing evidence of, I would stop being an atheist. Give me your convincing evidence that God exists and give me your convincing evidence that, that you have a relationship with God. I want to see the photographs. I want to see the love notes from God to you. Like, I want to see those. So, scratching out the sticker of doubt, my deconstruction was quick. Ironically, I grew up to feel I was robbed of true Christianity. You're an agnostic? Okay. That's cool. Yeah, it's kind of the way the world has too many fundies. Yeah, I believe it doesn't amount to much. I know I'm Decibel. I have this reputation for being nice with theists. Besides, I may make this whole last 2 days the subject of a nice little Rabyd rewind short video where I take the clips of this entire conversation and put it into a shorter video because I'm still waiting for the answer to my 2 questions that I asked yesterday. Like, what do you mean by how did I know I was a Christian? Like, that's the question that started this all off yesterday. And I said, what do we mean by know? Like, what is your definition of how somebody would know that they're a Christian? And I can tell you whether or not I fit that definition or not. But what this does, Decibels, is a nice example. Everybody who's going to watch this later is going to notice that our good friend EO hasn't answered a single question we hardly threw at him. He's constantly dodges those questions and comes up with his own, but he never answers ones that we give him. Okay. It's cowardly and it's dishonorable. Okay. Like, I have a better sense of honor and honesty as an atheist than he does because he avoids questions. So until those questions are answered, I'm not going to engage with you, EO, until you tell me what you mean by what it means to be a Christian, how you know there's a God, and how you know you have a relationship with him. Until you give me the evidence for that, I think this conversation's over. so yeah, yeah. Yeah, he didn't answer that one either. Like, how do you know God isn't just something in your mind as well? Like, he doesn't. This is why I got fangs with all the confused little pieces of paper on here, because it's this confused mess because we're not getting anywhere. Okay, and it's like this is the tactic of the presuppositional apologetics. When you corner them on something, they always dodge to another question. It's a script. Like, they're just trying to, it's not so much a gish gallop because they're not doing it so fast you can't keep up, but it's a constant artful dodger thing. Like, we're going to keep avoiding the question. So, guilt on anything I've done. Guilt in private should not. Guilt would exist because of violation of social rules. Dude, learn some philosophy. Like, you have I can make one other observation about you, yo. Whatever you've learned about moral philosophy, you've learned it from apologetics, and I'm going to tell you right now, they don't know shit. Okay. I have guilt because I've violated social rules and I've probably hurt somebody else. It doesn't have a damn thing to do with whether there's a God or not. Like, I don't, like, as a devout follower of Fangs, I could say that I have guilt about not leaving him a circumcised carrot on my stash. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with whether Fangs is a God or not. It has everything to do that I'm missing in my devotion. Like, like, you can have guilt over some of the silliest things too. I have guilt for a lot of things, but it doesn't have anything to do with there's some sort of objective morality or not. You can have subjective morality and have guilt. That just shows me you just don't know anything about moral philosophy other than what you've been told. So, yeah, but that just means it's silly guilt. Like, this is why people go to therapy, because they're guilty over stuff they didn't do. Like, yeah, don't worry about it, guys. Let's see. How do I don't want to deal with this the rest of the stream. So bye. Like, you're still not answering my question, and I'm kind of done. Like, I want to have a good conversation with you, EO, but I've asked several questions and I've asked for several bits of evidence, and you still haven't provided it. So, yeah, strike 2. I'm already at strike 3, Philbert. Hey, Oceanus, good to see you. God is guilty as fuck. Things lack of it. Like, honestly, like, go learn some moral philosophy, like, not just the stuff that Christians teach. Like, there's a whole thing of moral philosophy out there that I discovered after I left Christianity there's a lot of moral systems that don't require a God. So, like, um, okay. Because they're always throwing around the word proof around, meaning they read something they agree with, or yeah, and that's kind of the way it is. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like, it's very rare for me to act like my mods will probably tell you, like, Ed is like slow, like he is way too tolerant. But I see Earl often says that she likes to play with her food, Philbert, but you know what? There's somebody else that likes to play with her food a little bit more than she does. Like, I'm the cat that will play with the food and then leave the mouse there dazed and confused and walk away because I want to play with it later. Like, so, yeah, I mean, it made it fun for me for a while. Like, I did the Jesus, red flag thing. Like, the one of the three pillars of abuse is this acceptance of violence toward yourself. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Well, see, I also realized something else, and I hope everybody else that's still around listening to this takes it to heart from the Rabid Atheist. I also know that some of these conversations for me when I was the other side ended up me deconverting. Like, I would have to go away from these conversations and think about what I said. But I have to ask, like, like my double major from Trinity Bible College is biblical studies and ministry. The ministry one doesn't come out very often since I've deconverted because I don't buy the ministry philosophy of the church that much anymore. But I'd have to ask, how is this an effective tool in reaching atheists for Jesus Christ? Like, if you're not answering atheist questions, how is that effective? Like, if you're not genuinely sorry, Earl. But like, if an atheist asks you a direct question from a ministry point of view, from a good, solid, being a good Christian minister point of view, and you don't understand the question and directly answer it, how is that good ministry? And I would say it's not back in the day. Yeah, it's just not. It's not good. It's not a good tactic. Like, I don't know if preceptors realize this, but you're doing it. When I was back in my Christian days and I considered precept, you guys are dishonoring Christ. Like, you, like, I would have put it that way. So, but yeah, it's been that way. So I'm sorry, Earl. Oh, but yeah, like, people, like, my tolerance has a purpose. Like, I am trying to get people to see that their reasoning isn't all that great. Now, do I think I'm going to convince anybody in that moment that they're wrong? No. But I am going to say, listen, like, this atheist, this guy, the Rabid Atheist, yesterday asked you 3 direct questions and you failed to answer them. Like, where's your 2 Peter 3:15 there, or 2:15, or whatever it is? Like, always be ready to give an answer to the hope that's within you. Like, where's that? Like, so. This vid. Oh, I have to remember what the comment is. I get so many now. Like, yeah, for your mods, like, if you're looking for a little fun, some people have been commenting in the comment section on the streams now too. So there's no. Wait a minute. Isn't that a southern accent? Can't have nothing. I'm picking on you because I love you. I pick on the people that I'm fond of. I'm wired backwards. I've told people that many times. Yeah, it's like, how is it hard to understand? Give me the evidence for the existence of your God. Give me the evidence for your relationship with Jesus. Like, how, because you're sitting arguing my atheism is in your head. How do you know your relationship with Jesus isn't just in your head? Like, so Christian movie scared you into it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Phil, that's a shame that you're never going to be able to walk away from. Oh, second. Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't think he will ever fucking. They're not interested in answering my questions. They're interested in following a script. This is the other problem with presuppositional apologetics. It's so weak. It requires a script. Like I don't. I remember an evangelism class in my freshman year in Bible college. I said, it seems like our evangelism technique must be pretty weak if we have to stay on a script and can't actually answer people's questions. Like, I knew that back then. So you can probably tell that I had a defiant authority problem even back in the church. Yeah, I think that's what's happening, and it's fine. Like if I can get people to be a little self-reflective oceanists later on, like I know I'm not going to convince anybody during a stream that they're wrong. Like that's the same with debates. Like debates, you never hear people convinced of something else because of a debate. They may think about it and later change their mind, but that's kind of the thing. This is a process, and people who are still theists, who are questioning their faith, but are still very zealous about it, um, they're in the early part of the process, and so you have to be very good at it. Very confused when I dated someone who grew up in Virginia. When you're used to using your brain to a certain level, pushing past those lines, it's like when you work out for the first time in a long time, it hurts to you, and you avoid that at all costs. Yes, yes, it's tales from the script. Yes, you need a cookie. Cookies. Oh man. Here. No, I won't do that. That's too obvious. And my improved God doesn't exist. Yeah, it's bad philosophy too. So it's a master debating a college crush. Okay. All right. There you go. See, Michael did it for me. There you go, Earl. See, I used to make pretty good chocolate chip cookies. I haven't done it in a while. It's the only baking I do because I want fresh baked chocolate chip cookies every once in a while. And like, that's the only time I bake is when I want my chocolate chip cookies. So there you go. See, Katie did it too. It's virgins, not Virginians, John. Sorry. Oh my goodness. I've been proven moment during streams, but I'm open to learning new things. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like whenever I listen to people, like I learn something from almost every conversation I have. And I still like I come to these streams, I learn a lot as the host too. Like, I've learned so many times. I don't know. I don't have a clue, Earl. I'm trying to I feel like I should have like can you do like a fangs picture the same as that guy that connects all the red strings to all the things? Like, the picture of the guy like doing the red strings from different places. Could we have fangs doing that? Like, I feel like that was one of those moments, or like, how? I don't get the reasoning there. I don't get it, but I really felt that moment. Like yeah, exactly. Like can we have Fangs with that same look on his face doing the red string thing? Like, I think that would be a hilarious picture. If you could have that ready, in the near future. I'm not going to put a time limit on you, but I need something like this one's perfect for it too. Like the one I have up on screen, like the what kind of look, but I really need that one. Yes. CSI Fangs. There we go. Yeah. Like I think that's part of it. Like they assume that God invented shame. And it's like, there's a ton of examples of how shame has different origins than just belief in God. So, all right. Well, it's been almost an hour and a half, and I do have to run. I want to thank everybody for a great stream, even the theists that showed up. Whenever the theists show up, they give me a great chance to illustrate some of the things I've learned since being an atheist for like 10 years. So, but yeah, thanks for everybody stopping by. I appreciate it all, guys. I want to give a special shout out to Ron for the 5 gifted memberships. For those of you that received it, I'll shout to him out for that. And Josh also did 5 Rabid Atheist memberships. Thank you very much, guys. And Josh also throwing some of the green too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Keeps me going, keeps my channel going, keeps the Rabid Atheist show going. So appreciate it all. I will always continue to keep the streams themselves ad-free until after they're done, and then I turn the ads on after they're done. So if you're here live, you don't have to put up with those annoying ads. And as long as I get some support, we'll do that. But I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. It's been great, citizens, tourists, and immigrants alike. We don't have ICE here, just so you know. ICE isn't in the Rabid Nation, so there you go. We don't have ice here. And we don't have ice in Michigan either. It's 60 flipping degrees. So yes, please like, share all the things. May fangs nibble on all of your hearts. May he purify your vegetables with his sharp, pointy teeth from religious corruption. Make sure you leave a circumcised carrot on top of your stash for fangs. He may take the carrot instead of the stash. He may take both. But it's worth a shot at least trying to save your stash from fangs, because he'll probably just take it and give it to somebody else. May fangs look into your soul, your non-existent soul, with his large round eyes and make you feel warm and fuzzy, because that's what all religions do, is make you feel warm and fuzzy. And may you know the joy of the fuzziness of the multicolored rainbow blanket that he will wrap around you. So, there you go. There you go. Nom nom and all that. And as always, folks, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So you want to take all your time, your money, your opportunities, and give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do. And don't waste them on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as always, folks, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you all tomorrow on Deconversion Hangout. I'll see you then. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end to find out how you can support the channel better. Of course, there's always the normal notions of just hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, and share the video with your friends and family that you think would be interested. That's always very appreciated. If you want to support the channel in a more tangible way, there's several options. You can super chat or super thanks in the comments or during a stream. Those are always very welcome. But you also can become a member of the channel. Members have certain perks, like getting the videos early, things like that. They also have some good custom emojis during chat. So all of these things are good benefits to members, but they also support this channel and its work to continue to normalize atheism and deconversion, for which I'm very appreciative. It keeps me going, and it keeps me as a content creator being able to do more and more as a content creator. So if you choose those methods of support, thank you very much. And I appreciate you once again for staying to the end and listening to other ways that you can support the channel. Appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.